You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, TLC reality TV fans. Today we want to talk about Little People Big World. Specifically, we want to talk about whether Little People Big World is canceled. We have got some information, we've got some things for you to consider, and we want to try and figure out whether or not we are going to see more of the roll-offs soon. Real quick before we dig in, hit that subscribe button so you get all the latest videos from Soap Dirt over at YouTube. Now, there are a lot of hints being dropped from several of the roll-offs, and this has us asking and has a lot of fans asking, was season 24 the last we're going to see of the roll-offs, or is TLC going to bring back Little People Big World for more? So people are wondering if Little People Big World has been canceled by TLC. If you don't remember, season 24's finale aired on January 3rd, 2023. The season had kicked off in November of 2022. In fact, this could be the last time that we see the long-running reality series. The show premiered on March 4th, 2006, if you have been watching that long, and it's changed a whole lot over the years. It doesn't look like it did before, of course, because the family has grown, but also because how they film and how they present everything has changed. But the bottom line is, for 17 years, reality TV fans have been watching Matt Roloff, Amy Roloff, and their kids, and now their grandkids, and they've had more than 380 episodes to fall in love with this family and really feel like that they were part of their lives. Because the show, followed the daily lives when the 4 kids were younger on the Oregon farm. So we've been looking at these kids since they were little, and now we see them grown up, married with kids. So the fans have gone along on this evolution with them, on this storyline trip, and a lot of people don't want to see the end of Little People Big World. I mean, back then, Zach Roloff and his twin Jeremy used to get into these little tussles with little brother Jacob, and sister Molly was always playing the peacemaker. Amy and Matt were still married. So much has changed since then. All 4 of the kids are grown. Matt and Amy are divorced. She's remarried. The kids are all married. And then there are 7 grandkids and counting between all of them are true. But there is chatter that says the reality show may actually be canceled. If so, what does that mean for the fans? Well, the good news is, aside from Molly Roloff, who is pretty private about her private life, the other 3 kids and Amy and Matt are pretty active on social media and like to keep fans updated on what they're doing. So even if Little People Big World is canceled, that doesn't mean this is the last that you will see of the roll-offs. And that spurs a bigger question. When will TLC let us know? Are they going to let us know that they have either canceled or renewed Little People Big World? First, it seems unlikely that the network would announce they've canceled this series. Why? Well, because they said once before that it was canceled and then it wasn't. So if the show is done, they might just not say anything because they confirmed it before and then they backtracked. 13 years ago, TLC issued a press release that said one of television's favorite families prepares to say goodbye as TLC confirms that the previously announced upcoming 6th season will be the series finale. One thing to know is this was actually their 10th series. Because of how strangely the show started out, they were counting them differently than fans were. So fans were counting season 10, TLC was counting season 6, and they brought them back anyway. And then TLC changed its numbering hierarchy to align with what fans were seeing. Eileen O'Neill, president and general manager of TLC, said at the time, this is back in 2010, through Little People Big World, the roll-offs have touched the hearts and enlightened the minds of millions of people worldwide. Its groundbreaking premiere introduced us all to the realities of being a little person, and we thank Matt and Amy and their family for their courage and willingness to share their lives. But then they didn't cancel it. So back then, Matt and Amy acknowledged the cancellation notice, and they were still married, and they called it a rewarding journey. But rather than just calling it quits like TLC said, they kept airing content. After this, they aired some special episode, including ones focused on Roloff Farms as a wedding venue. Those were called like Wedding Farm or something. And then they went back to airing regular seasons despite that cancellation press release. It seemed they changed their mind. So because they announced the cancellation in kind of a big way before, and then they totally backtracked it, maybe TLC won't say anything at all. Generally, what happens is we don't know if a TLC show is coming back for up until like a few weeks before it's set to return. Big networks, ABC, NBC, all them, they will release their whole like fall slate and they say everything that's coming back and all that. But TLC runs a little differently. They do content all year long. And actually now the big networks do, where they didn't used to, if you remember TV back in the day. But TLC has always been a year-round network. And so they don't have clearly defined seasons like ABC, NBC, and those things. And so it's all very messy. Now, you might remember in late 2021, Amy Roloff told Entertainment Tonight that they had gotten a 2-season renewal. That announcement came just after season 22 had ended in November of 2021. So that 2-season renewal that Amy Roloff was talking about covered season 23 and season 24. Since then, there has been no word that a season 25 is coming. And then there's all these hints. Well, first, Jacob left the show years ago and he made accusations that someone on the production team had been touching him inappropriately and molesting him when he was younger. He's been off the show a long time. He doesn't want to come back. Molly doesn't want to be on the show, their only daughter. She's not coming back. Audrey and Jeremy Roloff stepped away years ago. And in recent seasons, Tori and Zach Roloff have gotten a lot of airtime and people love them and they love seeing their 3 kids. However, Tori Roloff just said on social media, I think our time is definitely coming to a close, but we're trying to enjoy it while it's here. And she talked about saying goodbye to things in their life. And it certainly sounds like Tori is saying she and Zach aren't filming Little People Big World anymore, unless, of course, they've already wrapped filming on a season 25, which we don't know, and there's been no hint of. But she also has been turning her attention to other money-making activities, and she has gone back to substitute teaching. Of course, she has a teaching degree. Meanwhile, Amy Roloff is monetizing her little kitchen enterprise a little differently. She added 3 tiers of paid subscriptions running between $5 and $20 and offered to give subscribers updates on her life and family. That has a lot of people wondering if Amy is trying to find new ways to make money because the TLC show is off the air. Right now, Matt Roloff and his girlfriend Karen Chandler are busy building their dream home on the Oregon farm property, but they're also spending a lot of time in Surprise, Arizona, where Matt's mother lives in a facility. And the bottom line is, they're back and forth, but again, we've still seen and not heard any word that they are filming or have filmed one last season. But a lot of fans would really like to see one last season of Little People Big World, just so they know that it's gone. You know how it is if you're eating something, like if you're eating cake, oh, it's great cake, and then someone takes your last bite of cake, you feel cheated because you didn't get your last bite. Well, that seems to be how a lot of fans are feeling about Little People Big World. And they would really like to see things end, but with Zach and Tori talking like they are stepping away, it sounds like the only people left would really be Karen, Matt, Chris, and Amy. And who knows if enough viewers would show up just to see them, because the whole dynamic is how much people love their kids and their grandkids. So what do you think? Click subscribe below if you want to stay current on all your reality TV news. And let us know in the comments, what do you think? Are you going to be super sad if Little People Big World is canceled? And if it is canceled, do you want to see one more season so you can get that sense of closure rather than it ending abruptly and without warning? Let us know.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.